Hello friends, welcome back to the Craft Castle. Are you like me and you like changing out your Christmas tree theme every single year? I am not a huge Christmas decoration person. Like, I don't decorate my entire house, but best believe I love changing out the theme of my Christmas tree every single year. But the unfortunate part about that is it's really costly. However, I have found a budget-friendly way to change out your theme of your Christmas tree just by using cardstock. Take my little Craft Castle Charlie Bear and Christmas tree. These right here are made from cardstock found in my cardstock warehouse. Don't they look absolutely stunning? The great part about making your Christmas tree ornaments out of cardstock is that it's budget friendly and you can use any color to match the theme that you're wanting for your Christmas tree this year. Now, obviously these Christmas ornaments are way too big for my little Charlie Bear and Christmas tree that's in my Craft Castle. However, this size right here is perfect for the larger Christmas trees that would obviously go into your living room. And the cool thing about that is when you make one of these ornaments, it looks stunning, right? It looks like it probably took a full sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, maybe even more. Look at that silver foil cardstock. This thing right here looks like it cost a lot of money and or took a lot of material to make. But what if I told you to make this size ornament, all you needed was a half a sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock? That's it. All you need is a half a sheet. So today what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to create these really cool cardstock ornaments. Now, obviously I made them all in rainbow things because hello, Ashley Falca loves a good rainbow, but you can create this file using any color that you want for your Christmas tree, using just a little piece of cardstock. Now, I did say that we're only going to be using little straps of cardstock. However, you are going to need a piece of the mirror foil cardstock that is found in my cardstock warehouse. Do you see the reflection of this? It's amazing. And the backs are also white. You are gonna need a sliver. So if you already have my mirror silver cardstock in your stock at your craft room, you don't need to get a whole nother sheet. Just get some scraps because we're only gonna use a small little piece of the silver foil cardstock to make a really good, fun, big sized Christmas ornament. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. So the very first thing you want to do is head over to my cardstock warehouse, and then you're going to find all of my digital downloads on my cardstock warehouse over in Craft Essentials and then digital downloads. Now you can either do this one or two ways. You can either click the link in the description of this video, or you can just search for this file that we are going to be working with today. Once you get done with your purchase, your digital download will be emailed to you automatically. Then what you need to do is open up Cricut Design Space. And you know, I always have like a hamster wheel going on in my brain. I saw this project right here. This is so cute. I actually want to make this file, and 14,000 other people also want to too. Ugh, too bad I quit paying for Cricut Access. Anyway, let me get off my hamster wheel. Okay, so what you want to do is go over here into New Project. And then what you want to do is press upload. Now what we want to do is press upload image, and then you want to find that SVG file that you downloaded from my cardstock warehouse. This is the one that we're going to be using. All you need to do is drag and drop it into Cricut Design Space. Now it's going to look fuzzy. That is okay because it does change after we get done uploading it into Cricut Design Space. But let's just press continue. You can rename this if you want, or you could just press upload. And we have this new bot widget, which is weird. Let me just, okay, we're gonna make that smaller. Okay, so the one unfortunate thing when it comes to Cricut Design Spaces is that every single time I upload any one of my SVG files into Cricut Design Space resizes them. I have checked other programs to see if it's my SVG files that are having the problem, and it's not. It is only with Cricut Design Space that resizes my SVG files. So it is very important if you are trying to create the same exact thing as me that we resize this to the size that I want them to be. So once we uploaded them, all you want to do is come over here into the width, and we want to change this over to 11 inches. Once we're done doing that, all you need to do is click on your SVG file, right click and press ungroup. Now for this project, there is literally minimal changes. All you need to do is come over here to the right where you see these little caret buttons. Let's just click one of them and then open up the drop down box. Okay, Cricut Design Space always changes score lines over to cut lines. So what we have to do is now go back into Cricut and tell them like, hey, we don't want to cut these in half. We want to score them in half. So what you need to do is click on only the line, and then you can come up here to Basic Cut, click on that, and then go down to Score. You will need the scoring tool for your Cricut. Thankfully, they're only like a couple bucks on Amazon. So, and they're not expensive at all. And you really can buy one and it'll last you a lifetime. Now, the next two pieces right here are exactly the same as this one. So you could do one of two things. You can select both of these, delete them, and then just duplicate this piece right here. Or you can go back in doing the same thing we did for the first one. You want to open up your drop down box, selecting just the line. We are going to come over here to Operation, Basic Cut, down to Score. And then we're just going to do the same thing with the other one, making it easy for us. All right, now the next most important thing that you need to do is select like this piece. You can either just select it like this or come over here and select this entire group. We need to select both pieces, the line and our score line and our ornament, and then you're going to press attach. We are going to do the same thing with this one, press attach. Essentially what we're telling the Cricut, and I'll show you right now, is hey Cricut, I want to score right down the middle of this piece of paper that I'm getting ready to cut out. We didn't press attach with this button, with this bauble, right? So let's press make. What's going to happen is you now have this random score line over here on mat 1. But if we go over into mat 3, do you see how we don't have a score line right here? That's because we didn't tell the Cricut we want to put that line right here. So you always want to make sure when you go and make anything and you see a random score line somewhere, it's because you've missed that really important step on just pressing attach. Okay, so the design process is complete. I told you it was that easy to make this file. However, there is one minor change that you may need to do if you are making multiple copies of this bauble in multiple colors. Now, if you are creating the same bauble in the same color, all you would need to do is come over here and press make. And let's say you wanted 8 red baubles. All you need to do is come up here to project copies, press 8, and then press apply. What's going to happen is Cricut is automatically going to make 8 copies of your bauble that you want to make. However, for me, I have 8 different colors. So what I need to do is select everything. And then I need to copy and paste. Command C, Command V on your keyboard, or you could just right click and press copy paste or duplicate. Now what I need to do is go in and select all my colors right here into these 3 pieces, 4 pieces right here, and I need to change it over into a different color. And I need to do this 8 times because I have 8 different colors. Now, another way, which is definitely a lot faster, is just doing one set, pressing make. Okay, we are going to set this up just as if we were cutting just one ornament, okay? Now let me take you over into the Cricut, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do to ensure that we get 8 of these copies. Okay, so instead of making 8 copies, what I'm going to do is pull all the cardstock that I'm going to be using for this project. Look at this wide variety of cardstock I have for my cardstock warehouse. I love all of my cardstock. So what we're going to be using is a rainbow full of colors, and then also some of my mirror silver. I love this because it only has white on the back. Just to show you the difference between my mirror cardstock and then all the rest of the mirror cardstock that you can find in the craft stores. This right here is a craft store mirror cardstock first. It has craft on the back. This right here is my mirror gold cardstock, but you can tell mine has white, theirs has craft, but on the other side, look at the difference between the two.
Mine is highly reflective, almost mirror-like, and honestly mimics mirror acrylic, versus this right here has like a sheen to it. It's kind of like a matte. There is a huge difference between mine and the others, and I think that mine is way better. Also, it is thicker. But let's go back to this. Okay, so instead of doing 8 copies and having to waste time trying to change the colors and stuff like that, all I'm going to do is take all of my cardstock and just stack it all up. And I have that mirror silver. So very first mat on my Cricut is a mirror silver. So I am going to pull a mirror silver cardstock. And because I love not wasting time so much, I always work with 2 Cricut mats. It's really important that I always have 2 Cricut mats on hand because I don't like wasting time. So this right here is mat 1. Mat 1 is going to go on my Cricut mat, and I'm going to load it into my Cricut machine. What I'm going to do now is press continue on my computer, and I'm going to let everything sync up. Now, I always connect my machines via USB. The reason for that is I think the communication is a lot better than Bluetooth. Bluetooth I find is to be very slow and unreliable. It disconnects all the time. So I always put my machines on USB. Now for me and my machine, every machine's different, but I love cutting all of my specialty and shed-free glitter cardstock on the Cardstock Plus mode. And remember, I do not have patience for slow crafts. So on my computer, I always press the fast mode, and then all you need to do is press the blinking C button. Now, while this is cutting, what I always do is using my second mat is I pull from underneath my machine my second matte color, which it's already done cutting because it's that fast, but I always use the second matte for my second color, or my second matte for my project. Now, when this is done, all I need to do is press eject. Now what I need to do is load in my plain cardstock. You want to make sure that you put in the scoring tool that you have for your Cricut. Do you remember when I told you that this is only a couple bucks and it lasts you forever? Look at how dirty and nasty my scoring tool is. It has lasted me forever, and it's only a couple bucks on Amazon, so you definitely want to pick this up. Makes this a lot easier. What you want to do is put this inside your clamp A side until it clicks, and then you just want to close the clamp. For all of my plain cardstock, I just cut on the cardstock mode, and then making sure that we have it still on the fast cut mode, because remember, I don't like a slow cutting machine. Then all you want to do is press the blinking C button. Okay, while this is going, what I'm going to do is roll my paper away from my mat, and then I'm just going to take off my little bobble piece, okay? We're going to set that over to the side. For my next mat, I want to cut out all the rest of my bobbles, so I'm going to set my mirrored cardstock off to the side and load in another color of bobble that I'm wanting to create. Okay, this is done, right? So I am going to eject this. Now, your computer is going to prompt you to press done. However, don't press it because we want to still create more of the same thing that we have already cut out, right? So we're not going to touch anything on the computer. All you need to do is insert your next mat. And then you can just press that blinking C button. Now all I'm going to do is take out all of my cardstock that is on my mat. Okay, now all we need to do is eject this mat. And again, do not press done on your computer. You just want to keep cutting all of your cardstock until you've ran out of the cardstock that you need for the baubles. Okay, when you're done cutting all of your baubles for all of the colors that you're going to be using, now what we have to do is cut out more of these toppers for our baubles, right? So let's eject this mat, and what you want to do, you could do the same type of process that we were doing with the colored pieces. Is you can come up here, click on mat 1, and then eject your machine 7 more times, because I have 8 different colors, right? And I already have 1, so 8 minus 1 is 7. So you could eject it 7 more times, insert, eject, whatever, right? Or what I'm going to do, because this is going to be the quickest and easiest way, is I just press done on my computer, and then I'm just going to press make it again. While we wait for the computer to load, I am just going to load in my mat. Okay, so I need 7 of these, right? So I just need to go up into project copies, press 7, and press apply. Now, I already have one cut out right here. So all I'm going to do is in this position, this first position, I'm going to click on this one and I'm going to drag it over here. Because obviously if I left it there, I would cut right here. I don't want that, right? Now all I'm going to do is press continue, wait for everything to sync up. I'm going to make sure and put my machine over into the cardstock plus mode because I am using my specialty cardstock. Then I'm going to press the fast cut mode, press the blinking C button, and let the machine finish doing the cuts for this. Then we can go into the assembly process. And the assembly process is very easy. While you wait for the rest of these to cut, all you need to do now is just take the pieces that have the fold line and you want to fold them together. If you have a bone folder, use a bone folder. If you have one of these scraping tools, use a scraping tool. If you don't have either, use a credit card. And what you want to do is make crispy lines. So we want to just fold this in half and we're going to do a crisp fold. So you're going to have it like this. We want to make sure it's nice and crispy. Okay, now what you want to do is just set your Cricut to the side because we don't need it anymore. And then all you need to do is fold all of your pieces of paper. For this particular piece right here, you don't need to do anything with it. For right now, we just want to fold all of the pieces that have the score line on it. Okay, now that we have everything folded, what you want to do is take out all of your little silver pieces for your baubles. All right, then what we want to do is taking one of your baubles and your favorite cardstock glue, and all you want to do is add in a little bit of glue to the top of your ornament. Then all we need to do is take a silver piece and lay that onto your ornament, just like that. Okay, I would prefer if you glued down all of your silver pieces at first before you move forward. That way it gives your glue a little bit of time to dry your silver piece in place, because when we go to lay in the 3D embellishments, it may move your silver pieces around and then you're just going to be left with like not a cute finished product. So I would suggest gluing down all of the silver pieces on all your ornaments that you're going to be making today. Okay, now that you have them all glued, you want to start at the very first one here. Now you can totally use the same glue that we have been using, which is the cardstock glue. You could do a bead of hot glue if you wanted to. However, for today's project, what I'm going to be using is some double-sided stick tape. This right here is going to be the quickest way to do this project. It either comes in things like this, or they have like that the AGT gun thing, the tape gun, or you can get them just like this. If you do this, what you have to do is lay this down and then peel the paper up. So I'm going to just only do it down the middle of this ornament, just like this. Okay, now if you do it like this, what you are going to need is some scissors, and then what you want to do is just take your scissors and cut off the excess. So just like that, so you have no glue hanging out, because having glue hang out is not cute. Okay, we want to give this a good rub down, and then what you want to do is just take your fingernail and pull off the piece of paper. It's just like this, and then we just want to pull it off. So what you're going to be left with is just your tape. Then what you want to do is going in with your pieces of paper, your folded pieces of paper. I'm going to put one to the very right, making sure it's lined up to my bauble. Okay, we're going to fold this over. Okay, then what I'm going to do is taking my next one, I'm going to go to the very left, making sure it's lined up. There we go. Okay, then what I'm going to do is taking my cardstock glue, and I'm just going to run a bead down the middle, just like this. So we have both the sandwiches here and here shut. And I'm going to take my third and I'm going to just lay this into my bauble. Push this down. Everything is nice and lined up, yeah? Okay. Don't mess with this. Just let this dry. Okay, then once everything is glued and then dried, you want to make sure that your cardstock is dried before you start fluffing them out. All we want to do now is just fluff these out just a little bit so we get some 3D dimension. Kind of crazy how we can turn flat cardstock into something really cool and amazing just by adding a few additional pieces and layers. And the great thing about this project is if you really wanted to truly make it 3D, what you could do is glue like one more of these on the back and then your other 3 layers. And we could totally have these as like a 3D ornament if you wanted to. But wouldn't this make a really cute tag for gifts? Obviously, we could use this as Christmas tree ornaments or even a garland. The possibilities are absolutely endless when it comes to this project.
As I created these ornaments, the one thing I was thinking about, and I wish I would have done it, is make all of my ornaments a different size, or to make multiples of one color in different sizes, just so it gets more depth when you put them on your Christmas tree. Obviously, I need to put my big old Christmas tree up in my living room so I can transplant these, because these look so big on my little Charlie Brown Christmas tree. But when I do, what I'm gonna do is I am going to make them different sizes, and these are the Christmas tree ornaments that I'm gonna be using for my tree this year. I'm gonna have rainbow all over the place. I'm sure my husband and my little guy is gonna be so excited. All right, y'all, I sure hope I inspired you to create, and I'll see you later.